Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while. I have been gone for a bit. Sorry, I've been away helping friends and also just holidaying over the Easter weekend as well. And over to the beach, which was nice, really nice actually. Took the doggo for her first swim. She jumped in the river there at Whakatane. We couldn't go to the actual beach because there was some sort of, not a jellyfish, but something like that in the water that was bad for dogs or something, so we didn't go to the actual beach, but it was nice anyway. So that's sort of what I've been up to. So yeah, sorry there's been no videos. I've been hanging out to start one. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do. First I thought I'd do that 562 XP. Is it a 562? Where is it? Yes, it's 562 XP, the Husqvarna. But, meh, you know, it's Husqvarna. I'm not. If I get desperate, I'll do it. So if you see me doing that, I guess you'll know I'm desperate for a saw video. At the same time, it would be nice to do that to sell, to buy more still, I think, you know. Because you'd sell that saw quite easily onto some Husqvarna muppet that loves broken saws. Yeah, but anyway, before I go on to a Husqvarna rant, we'll move right along. The other one I thought I'd do was a MS 250 or an O250, which is the not the Pro Series. It's the Farmer Ranch range, and it's at the 45cc mark. I've had an O23, I've had an O25, I've had an oh no, that was an MS250. So I've had an O23. Yeah, I've had an O25 before, and a MS250 and the MS251. So I've had all of those saws. One I gave to my brother, which is the O23. I think he's still got that. And the other ones I sold on, just because I wanted to move away from the Farmer Ranch range. So I have to buy a few parts to build that saw, and as much as I would like to do it and just show the difference between the Pro Saw and the Farmer Ranch range, I think it's going to be a later project. Just because of the fact that it's Farmer Ranch and I'm not overly interested in it. They are still. They're good little saws, but when there's Pro Saws to build, I'd rather be doing that because they're much more interesting. And I think much more interesting for the viewer as well, which is cool. So, moving right along, the project that I think I'm going to undertake is building a 200T. Now, I think I've featured some parts of a 200T in some of my videos way back. So I don't ever think I've done the full bolt-to-bolt deal with 200T. One of the cool things about a 200T though is you don't need a lot of specialized tools. You basically just need your T27 Torx. Okay, there's no pressing in bearings or anything like that, and I'll show you all why as we move along with the builds. About the most technical thing you have to do is put the seals in. Basically, that's about as crazy as it gets on a 200T. Apart from that, they're fun little saws. I believe they are the ultimate, still today, they are the ultimate top handle, the 200T, because of their power, the size bars they can run. I think they still, you know, there's a lot less problems with them, as opposed to like the 201 TCs, which all run on M-Tronics and stuff like that. And hey, I'm not bagging M-Tronics. They're good. I do like them. But I think that this saw still has a place right up there when you're talking ARB climbing saws. And you see a lot of arborists still going for them. You know, they're still searching for that last one on Trade Me or something like that, or to try and get a hold of them. There's still people buying I think currently Hutzel are out of, they do like a clone saw version of the 200T, and they are currently out of stock of them. You can't get them. So even the clone saws, you can see the ones that you have to buy in a kit and fully build yourself are just sold out. And so you can still see the demand for that saw, that model of saw, and so it makes it still, even though you got electronics, you got the technology, you perhaps even got lighter weight, even with the battery saws out now, which are pretty cool. They're pretty damn cool, I tell you. They're nothing to laugh at, those battery saws. Even with all those, the 200T still is making its mark, you know, and it must be, what, 20 years on? More? Maybe more? Okay. I'd have to look that up actually, when the 200T came out. If you know, put it in the comment section. I'd love to know. But yeah, it's still really cool to see a saw like that making its mark amidst all the cool technology that Stihl's bringing out, and they're bringing out some pretty cool stuff. Like the other day I got to play with their new battery operated, I don't even think it's out yet. I just turned up at the right time at a certain place, and all the Stihl guys were there with their new fandangled things, which were pretty cool. So I got to have a play with the new Stihl battery blower, and that thing is insane. It's like a hurricane. It is, and it's so light and quiet. And I got to blow some leaves around with it and stuff, and it was really cool. And the Stihl guy told me there that it's actually the turbine that they use inside of it is shaped like a jet engine, so intake and exhaust, and that's what gives it the high velocity flow that it has to operate like it can with a battery. It's incredible. So there's some clever guys at Stihl, and they're doing some awesome stuff, and I think we should all be very excited about the future of Stihl, even in the battery operated range. If you're not so much a fan of them, I am. I think it's a good thing. I'm not exactly a save the environment type guy, but I love what they can do in respect to lower noise levels on a work site, and just what they are doing with very little power and achieving with very little power, which is really cool. I don't know when we'll ever see it in larger saws. Maybe we will. Maybe that technology is going to come. Probably will. But for now, the bigger saws are definitely where it's at for two-stroke, and we'll still keep seeing those for quite some time. Because I also, while I was there, got to play with the 400C, which is pretty freaky. It's so lightweight and so well balanced. I think, you know, the 261 has a place there, but this is just about as light as a 261. It's a 60cc saw. It can comfortably run a 20-inch bar, where the 261 is struggling to run a 20-inch bar. I think it is anyway. I don't think you should run a 20-inch bar on a 261, because you're just not going to achieve appropriate power levels. Still say you can. I don't think you should, because there's, you know, you run a 16 or an 18 and get better results. You know, if you want a 20-inch bar, go grab a 60cc saw. And I think that's where you're coming into this 400C saw is light, like the 261 almost, you know, and capable of running a 20-inch bar all day long. It's got the new magnesium piston in it, which I think from memory, when I was up at Stihl one time, they were just talking about this technology then, and that piston that they've got on there is actually like developed from NASCAR technology, because I think the NASCARs run magnesium pistons. Now, that is a very foggy memory, so I may be wrong there. Don't quote me on it. But I think that's where it comes from, NASCAR. So this 400C saw is very, very cool. 60cc class. Yeah, small to mid-range, 20-inch bar all day. What a great saw. I didn't get to have a go on it because it was a show model only. But to feel it and feel its balance and weight and everything like that, and then slide it up to a 261, and you're like, yeah, for for a little bit more, I could have this and I wouldn't need a 261. You get what I mean? You could even climb with it quite easily. But anyway, I'll get back to what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm not going to spend very long because I'm going to run out of battery on my camera, but I'll just talk a little bit more about the 200 T that I want to build. And these are coming from, I guess, a strange place, because I'll get one here. Where's one? Alright, here's one. Right, so back when they were making these 200 Ts, they also had the 200. That's right, it's a rear handle. So basically, they just got a 200 T and they slapped one of these setups on the back of it. So they took the top handle off and they made it a rear handle like that. So I don't know how many of you have ever seen things like that, but the place where I acquired these from, they used them a lot until they became unusable, or not unusable, but a lot of them started breaking, and it became not more profitable. It made better sense for them to just upgrade the saws and pass these on, you know, because these are 20 years or whatever. So they got a bunch of new 241s and for climbing and ground use and stuff like that, and then they got a couple of 201 TCs as well, also for climbing, of course, because they got very strict rules there about using climbing saws on the ground, so that's why they went for the 241s, because you can easy climb a tree. They've got more power than a 200, a 201 TC, so yeah, there you go. Anyway, they had these setups on these 200s, all right, and they were actually they were called a 200 too. So they had, I'll just find one. Where are ya? No, that's not one. I just had one a minute ago. Oh, here it is. So as you can see, they're the MS200, not the 200T. That's what they had on the label. So I just find that interesting. I find it cool. I've used one of these 200 Ts before, and they're quite cool. Very capable rear handle saw. Great for light ground work, limbing and stuff like that. Quite capable, run a 16-inch Pico Micro. So yeah, I have about 3 or 4 of these. 3 or 4 of these, and I have one set up. Wherever it is. I have one set up, anyway, this is half of the handle, I have the other half somewhere, but I have one set up for a top handle. So, I will be able to make a 200T, which I'll use this on. This is the old, made in Germany. So it's old, but once I fix it up, it'll still be good. So I'll use that side cover on it, so we won't necessarily have the MS200T badge on it, but I think these actually come off the 020T, but they'll still fit on just as nice. So, because I don't have a 200T badge, so I think that's a nice compromise. Okay, even so. And then I'll have another one to make up, and I'll revamp one of these rear handles as well. So that is what we're going to get up to, and I am pretty stoked about that. So I've got a bunch of work to do. I've got to go through these saws, I've got to find the ones that aren't, see that one there, I think this one here is okay for seals, so I mean bearings, so the bearings aren't shot in it. Yeah, so basically I've got to go through, I've got to find out good bearings, good seals. I'll probably have to buy new seals probably, and fit together the rest of the top handle setup and do all that. So basically this was a, hi, I'm still here, there's more coming. We're going to be doing 200T builds, 200R builds, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be about, getting into these very cool little saws that actually take bugger all tools to do. Really cool little saws. And yeah, and then just say hi, have a bit of a talk, bit of a hello, and let you know what's upcoming, let you know why I haven't been doing videos as such, but you know what, it's good to have a breakout every now and then and just chill. Just I'm always thinking about saws, but you know, it's good not just to leave them alone for a while as well, because otherwise it ends up all I do. But that's because I'm addicted to saws. Anyway, seriously, yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to go. So yeah, I've got to sort out a bunch of stuff. Thanks so much for all your support, guys. What I'm trying to do is get to 1,000 subscribers. We're cracking close to 500, I think, or maybe over 500. So we're getting close. The reason I want 1,000 subscribers, after that, I don't actually care how many are on the channel. I don't actually care. Because all I want is 1,000 so that we can do live videos, like have a catch up like this, but it's live. You can ask me questions, we can have a yarn, and that's just like a, you know, it's like having a beer with your mates sort of thing, and that would be so cool. So if you've got a friend who's a chainsaw nut, he wants to get into, or even she, might be some ladies out there, who want to get into building saws, who loves saws, then say, hey, this guy, Kiwi lad, he's a crazy saw nut from New Zealand, and he's building saws. So check out his channel and you can learn how to build saws too. To the best of my abilities anyway, I'm teaching people how to build saws. And I don't always get it right, and I thank you so much, all the subs out there that have put me right in a few places. As I've been going along, it's really good. I love the feedback, so keep it coming, guys. I really appreciate it, and it's cool to see all the cool projects that you guys are doing out there. And a quick shout out to my mate the Vermonster over in Canada there. I hope that snow melts soon, mate, and yeah, we will catch you on the next one where we start washing parts and building saws and checking out what works. So thanks so much again, guys. Get me to 1,000 so we can have a beer and a live chat. It'll be so awesome. Still for life, and catch you on the next one. See you, bye.